Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the RWT podcast. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me, as always, are my boys DC Daniel Crimmins and the RWT Deadman himself, Mr. Paul Morales. Folks, it is Elimination Chamber time, as this weekend is WWE's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So we're about to hit you with some predictions, but before we get to the predictions side of things, bang! We do have some sad news, as we just saw that Robert Carradine, the man who was in Revenge of the Nerds and who was the father, a.k.a. Sam McGuire on Lizzie McGuire on the Disney Channel, has passed away at the age of 71. His brother Keith put out a statement talking about his battle with bipolar disorder for over 2 decades, and it got the best of him. So with that, I got to say rest in peace to one of the greats, one of my personal favorites, Robert Carradine. Paul, I will let you start on this one because I know you love you some Revenge of the Nerds. So your thoughts on everything now with Robert Carradine. Another one, my friend.
Man, you talk about one of the best comedies, raunchy comedies of the 80s. We could talk about Porky's, which is pretty much one of those staples of the 80s. But Revenge of the Nerds, when it came out, it was beyond what anybody had ever thought it would be. The humor, the raunchy humor, just the sexism, everything, and it made so many people laugh, and for generations a lot of people may have put it down because it's not up with the times now, but you look at just the humor of it. Everybody, the entire cast was phenomenal, and Robert was just humorous even post Revenge of the Nerds, and the fact that he was on Lizzie McGuire just showed that he had a range other than what people had perceived him to do in that and during that era, and they kind of put aside everything that he did with Revenge of the Nerds and the movies that he had afterwards, and allowed him to just be him.
I think for me, again, as a kid growing up in the 90s, 2000s, I remember him as Van Helsing in Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire on the Disney Channel. It was him, Caroline Rhea, and Charles Shaughnessy from The Nanny. The Lizzie McGuire show, he was great as the funny, quirky dad, a little nerdy dad, if you will. The episode where he's bowling with Lizzie because he wants to hang out with her more. The stuff that he did with Jake Thomas, David Carradine, his brother, even guest starred on one of the episodes. I just remember enjoying him in that role of the father because him and Hallie Todd worked so well together. Hilary Duff and Jake Thomas, like I mentioned, Elaine will be here all day, but they all had some nice, loving words for their fellow castmate. And he was just someone that I've always, like you mentioned, the depth, the range. He just knew how to put a smile on your face, and it definitely showed within his work. And, of course, the Devo scene with Revenge of the Nerds, man. Cannot forget the Devo stuff that was in that movie. But, yeah, rest in peace to Robert Carradine, man. Bipolar disorder is a son of a bitch, and mental health is very, very real. So, Daniel, your turn. Your thoughts on everything now with Robert Carradine?
We talk about the movies that he has done, the TV shows that he's done. The whole Carradine family are their work speaks for itself. But beyond that, somebody that suffered in silence, that, as somebody that has struggled with mental health, Mike, a lot more than, I've told Paul about. But I'll just say this. It's not like I'll get treatment and get better, and then everything's okay. It's not like that. Paul, I know you dealt with mental health issues, and you're still working on it.
Yeah.
And it's an evolving process. It's a journey, and it saddens me that there's still this stigma in this country of people seeking mental health. It's gotten better for women that seek mental health, but this whole notion that guys need to just, put on the stiff upper lip, tough it out, and don't talk about it. No, it needs to stop. And there needs to be less of a stigma regarding seeking help for your mental well-being. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
I've told people, hey, I would much rather you talk to me than to have to go to your funeral.
Right.
I've had to call the cops on several friends to do wellness checks. Do I like having to do that?
No.
No. But I would do it for anybody, just from a place of love, because I've struggled. I've been, down that path where you start to think, you start to go to that dark place, and talk to somebody, people. There are multiple resources out there. There's a hotline out there. I'm sure we can get Mike to put the link down in the description here.
Yep.
Even if you don't call the hotline, talk to somebody. Talk to a friend, a neighbor, a colleague, somebody. If they don't listen, find another person that will.
We will.
Exactly. We've all been there. I don't care what anybody says. Everyone on this planet has struggled with mental health at one point or another in their life. If they haven't yet, they will. It's gonna happen. But real talk, it's gonna be okay. It is worth talking to somebody, and sometimes it is a struggle to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but find a little thing, find a little joy in life. It's sometimes, even if it's something like hey, there's a book by my favorite author that's coming out next week. That may not seem like much to somebody else, but hey, if that is what helps get you through the day, awesome. If it's a video game, great. If your favorite band is dropping a new album next week or next month, and you really want to hear it, there you go. If you want to wait and see who is in that fucking crate that they've been carrying around Raw and SmackDown, if that's that's going to be your thing, well, I think that's a very nice thing to look forward to. Not evil, but I think it is very nice.
I see what you did there, and that is going to be the main talking points for our Elimination Chamber. I like that segue. And rest in peace and much love to the Carradine family. We all appreciate and love you for everything that y'all have done, and rest in peace, Robert. We will touch base on this first. So before we get to the crate in the Elimination Chamber, a lot of things came out of Raw. And yes, we are going to talk about that phenomenal tribute to end the show. But I figured we'd touch on this first.
See what you did there.
Thank you. Let's talk about it. Brock Lesnar came out on Monday Night Raw with Paul Heyman. Yeah.
You know what, and Mike, can I take this one first?
Okay, yeah, let me just set it up, and I'll let you go first. No problem.
Yeah,
so Brock
I got some shit to say here.
Okay, Brock Lesnar comes out on Raw, and Paul Heyman's talking about, this is my client, Brock Lesnar. He defeated The Undertaker.
My client!
Brock
Lesnar conquered
The Undertaker streak at WrestleMania. So he was talking about, there's the main event match, and there was always the match with The Undertaker streak. And pretty much Paul Heyman was like, well, there's the main event match and there's the match with Brock Lesnar. So here's Brock Lesnar's touring schedule and the dates he's going to be on Raw. And he's issuing an open challenge going into WrestleMania. So who's going to step up and have the balls to face Brock Lesnar? Dan, I will let you take this first. Go ahead.
Okay, so because at some point Mike is going to tell us how he got here, but that's not coming yet.
Oh,
That's
God.
what she said.
Yeah.
So, for one, make it make sense. How many fucking times has Paul Heyman turned on Lesnar? How many times has he cost him the WWE Championship? Multiple times.
2002 with the Big Show, Roman Reigns, like 2 or 3 times.
So, the point I'm making here, at this point, they're insulting their fucking fan base because, hey, we're just going to put them back together with no explanation. We just get a backstage segment of Lesnar saying to Heyman, we should talk.
Yeah.
And that's it?
Yeah, War Games when he was in there in the Royal Rumble with Oba. That was it. And now we're back together. WrestleMania, go.
Like that's what we're getting. Like that's he F5'd Heyman through the announce table.
Yep, at SummerSlam, correct.
And just as an aside, has anybody noticed how fucking old Brock looked?
Yeah, he's gotten older.
I mean, oh, dude, yeah. So if the rumors are true, this is his last year too.
Yeah, I mean, this is his. What is this? This is his first WrestleMania match since what, like 3 years ago with Omos.
That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago with Omos
In LA. Here in LA.
That match was ass.
It was better than I thought it would be. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it was still kind of ass.
Because Brock, say what you want about Brock as a person. As a worker, he has always done better with guys that are shorter than him. AJ.
Yep.
Bryan Danielson.
Yep.
Eddie Guerrero. That fucking iconic match.
Yes, sir.
Papi Chulo.
S.A. Rios?
No.
S.A. Rios.
S.A. Rios.
You said Papi Chulo. That was his other gimmick.
That was his other gimmick. Mr. Aguilar.
Right. Yeah, all right.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know.
Anywho, now looking at it here,
do an episode of Uncaged on him.
That'd be like what, a 2-minute episode?
Cheap Pop number 1.
Cheap Pop number 1. That would be like 2 minutes. He wasn't in the WWF that long.
And looking at the options here, we got a couple.
Okay.
Some are better than others.
Yep.
Fans want Oba. Oba would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev's not doing much, but I don't think that's
they're setting up Rusev and Oba Femi, it looks like, for some reason.
So they could do that for Mania. The rumor has been LA Knight. No.
Well, that was what Dave Meltzer. I
was in a good mood. Why do you have to ruin it?
That's what he said on Wrestling Observer Radio. That our Uncle Dave said it's supposed to be Brock and LA Knight.
Nah.
No.
Ain't nobody want to hear that. So, hear me out.
Yeah.
What if we get Brock and Gunther?
I would like that. I would much rather have that than Brock and LA Knight.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Dragon Lee, but Dragon Lee and Gunther, to me, is not a WrestleMania match.
Well, they're doing it next week on Raw, which that should be the end of it.
I think Gunther would be a good choice. The reason I'm not so convinced that it's going to be LA Knight, if you remember, it was a report that came out over the weekend that due to the ticket sales being what they are, and by the way, that 25% off sale didn't do jack shit.
Right.
It didn't move the numbers.
25% off a full price, and then you still got to pay an arm and a leg.
Yep.
So that did nothing. And there was talk of them maybe for the WWE title match doing a multi-man match. Now, I think the last time that I can definitely remember seeing that, I mean, I'm sure it's happened since WrestleMania 20, HBK, Triple H, and that one guy.
Oh, the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 2000.
There was that. I think those might have been the only two.
Edge, Cena, and Big Show for the world title at WrestleMania 25.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Shows you how memorable some of those matches were.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then JBL faced some guy that we couldn't see.
Well, that was one-on-one, but yes, John Cena.
Yeah,
right.
and then there was another guy that was in the ring that we could see. So
Yes.
I don't know. A referee.
And as I mentioned, WrestleMania 20 was HBK, Triple H, and that guy whose name we don't speak.
No.
So
look, you can't say it. I'll say it, but
Go ahead.
Chris Benoit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
So
okay, go ahead.
No,
Finish.
I don't know.
I you know what? It just seemed like this was a really, really ass Raw.
Go home.
He said he hit it raw ass.
That's what it was.
Okay. All jokes aside. Anyways, this just seemed like it was, I don't know. This was very, very odd. And it just seemed like everything was leading up to AJ Styles when you could have just spotlighted AJ with everybody that he's been with, or at least spotlighted it throughout the whole night instead of just little inkling little clips here and there of, and I don't know. It just, I don't even know that the match with Maxine and freaking Natalia was ass.
What was that?
She got knocked out, but she barely
supposedly got knocked out. I mean, Bronson, okay, I can understand. His
tough.
injury.
Yeah.
Look, we could get to the injury later, but I know we're getting to Brock, but my point I'm gonna get to is it just seemed like an ass show. And if you were gonna have Brock out there, why not have somebody challenge him? Why not? Why are you trying to? You brought him out there for this whole point for him to say that he was going to challenge somebody, but it was like, why? You weren't going to do anything. That's the same point of having Jade out there with Stephanie Vaquer and Liv, and you're not really doing anything with Jade. I mean, it's not like it wasn't like, hey, Captain Obvious, Liv is going to choose Stephanie.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like Liv had went over to SmackDown and had like major confrontations with Jade. It's not like Liv went over there to throw shade. Oh, remember when you fell into the car? Remember when you thought it was me? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you emphasize that, especially on that show? You had every opportunity since the beginning of the month to have her on Raw, on SmackDown, to do these things and like poke the bear a little bit.
Well, that's my thing too. You had her sit there with Dominic eating, watching her against Jordan Grace, and that was it. And they had one little face-to-face.
Again, things that could have happened that they didn't do.
Right.
So we had, even Dan had already elaborated on it, in our previous episodes, already saying, we already know where Liv is going to go, but you didn't change. In other words, you didn't change our minds. You didn't change anybody's perspective on their possibility of her going after Jade.
Beyond that,
you made it abundantly clear that she was going to go after Stephanie because Stephanie was the one that was continuing to poke the bear, or continuing the story.
To build on what you said, Paul, we had that backstage vignette interview segment between Stephanie Vaquer, or should I say Stephanie Vaquer? Velcro. And Liv. That interview with Michael Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, was very well done. That should not have aired until Liv made her choice.
Yep.
I agree.
If we're not mistaken, there are 4 brands under the WWE umbrella. 4. What if you really want to get more eyes? Bring out was it Lady Flamare? Is she still the Reina de Reinas champion?
Actually, you really got 5 because if you brought out Kendall Gray, I believe that's her name.
Evolve.
From Evolve, you could have brought out Kendall Gray. You could have brought out La Flamera from AAA.
JC Jane.
Yep, and you could have brought out JC Jane. You know, get the faces out there and be like, you have more than one option, and you have these other women that you can go to. And I get it. Evolve is not necessarily an upper level freaking title, but putting her out there, putting Kendall Gray out there, even if it's in a match with Liv, you get the title out there and like, oh my God, look at how good of a worker she is. Whether you have her win or you have her lose in a non-title match, you don't even need to have the title on the line. You just could have an interaction and put her out there. Even with La Flamera, you could do the exact same thing. She's gone to Mexico with Dom. Why not have that part? But I get it. Dan was right.
They did the predictable thing of
yes, Dan. I said you were right.
They did the predictable thing.
That, by the way.
Yes.
You were right, Dan. I am so sorry. I didn't even think of that, Dan. I am so sorry. Yes, you were so right.
All right.
I will say this whole fucking thing that really irritates me with this whole thing. And don't get me wrong, Liv, super talented. Stephanie's super talented. But I'm going to say this. It's almost so fucking obvious. One of 2 things is going to happen. Number 1, Raquel's going to win the Elimination Chamber and beat Jade at WrestleMania. That's number 1 option. If that happens, Liv loses, gets jealous, turns on Raquel. That's option number 1. And I think, honestly, that's probably the most likely scenario. Or number 2, and I think this is maybe somewhat is also pretty likely, Raquel costs Liv the title.
In some fashion, yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
or maybe Liv wins and accidentally costs Raquel the title.
I mean, there's so many ways to go with it because you have the Judgment Day, and we saw
I will just say this to finish my point.
Yeah.
Mike, I would much rather have seen Raquel beat Stephanie for the title and do it that way, which, it looked like Raquel was going to turn. Maybe it's going to be Liv that's going to turn.
There's so many ways you could go with it, but you could definitely see the dissension of the Judgment Days coming. The Finn Balor promo on Raw was awesome, and I definitely see that they're going to go towards the Finn Balor Dom route for the Intercontinental title WrestleMania. I mean, the 5 matches right now that they have for WrestleMania, the Brock Open Challenge, the 2 title matches. I know, the 2 title matches, the Brock Open Challenge. What we're getting thus far just really, really sucks. I'll be completely honest with you. The 5 matches that are already announced for WrestleMania, Liv and Stephanie and Punk and Roman. Look, this card is just so far just very dud for me. And I hate to say it like that, but this card so far is really, really dud. It does. It doesn't even feel like we're on the road to WrestleMania.
I remember growing up, and Paul, I know you can back me up because, you and I we're of the more seasoned folk here.
Yeah, y'all are older than me. We know this.
Mike, shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
But, and I know, Mike, you can even also agree. Like, I remember at a time when you were excited for this time of year.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
When were some years better than others? Yeah. But it seems like after WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 40, the only buildup we really got was fucking Cody and Roman.
I mean, to go back.
This whole thing, like, it's just,
I mean,
there was more of there, and no offense there was more of a buildup for 39 than there was for 40, but because as soon as Cody won Royal Rumble, it was like, oh God, here we go again.
Yep.
Is he going to finish this story? Is he going to end up, going through with everything, or are we going to get the exact same thing over and over again? Enter The Rock, and it was like,
ugh.
What in the fuck are we what kind of fuckery are we into now?
Somebody call the fuckery department.
The fuckery fuckery.
Yep. I mean, to go on your point about how WrestleMania used to be, like the WrestleMania that I went to, I remember being excited as a 12-year-old going to
WrestleMania 20.
Yes, sir. Thank you. WrestleMania 20. I was excited for that build.
Which, as an aside,
yes,
you and one of my brothers were in the same building at the same time.
Right on. Okay. All right now. But yeah, I remember going into that. I was excited for the main event. I was excited for Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, to come back. Like, there was a build, there was excitement for that. And with this WrestleMania, it's just like, okay, I think because a lot of the options that they're doing is safe options. And number two, the ticket prices are fucking ridiculous. And number three, wrestling's been very dry in its own way, like we mentioned in the last episode, that it doesn't have the same appeal like you would normally see for WrestleMania. Like Paul said, with WrestleMania 40, everybody wanted to see him finish the story, but adding The Rock fucked that whole thing up. Like last year, it fucked it up with The Rock with the whole Cena thing. So,
well, the problem with that, Mike, is, and he's earned this, this schedule. The WrestleMania 40 build was more Cody versus Rock than Cody versus Roman.
It was.
I mean, honestly, at WrestleMania 40, I would have much rather seen Cody versus Roman or Cody versus Rock.
Yeah.
I go back to the interview I had with Denise Salcedo, which you could place it wherever you want to, like here.
Cheap Pop number 8 million.
8 million. Look, me and Denise, we had conversation shortly after a SmackDown. This was shortly before Royal Rumble, I believe.
Do you feel like you've been paying more attention to one of the things I had said earlier on the show was that I felt like I was paying more attention to The Rock and Cody, like they're part of this whole story than I was to Roman and Cody. Do you feel that same way, or do you feel opposite?
It feels like Roman is just an afterthought in this story, because right now the focus is primarily on The Rock and Cody. So are we going to get that down the line at SummerSlam? Because if that's so, then great. Hey, great. But the focal point of this should just be Roman and Cody, because if he's planning on finishing this story, I mean, something else has to happen here. So he has to be able to bring Roman into this on top of clapping back at The Rock. So something else needs to transpire with this in order to get people invested.
All right.
And you got about 3 weeks. Literally, you got about 3 weeks for it to happen. So get on the ball, man.
You have the time. Exactly.
You got the time, but get on the ball, man. So what I said was, in general, it was me telling her that she asked me how I felt about what was going on between Cody and The Rock. And I believe, you know what? I believe it was after he beat the shit out of Cody.
Hey,
or
boy.
It was just a conversation that he had with Cody. I don't remember which one, but I just remembered that I had told her, obviously what I said there. But to elaborate on it, we had no idea what was going to happen. We had no idea what Cody and what was going to happen between Cody and The Rock, because at the time everybody kept thinking this is just going to be Cody and The Rock. It's not even Roman. Roman was just an afterthought out of this whole thing, because all the confrontations that were going on were Cody and Rock backstage, Cody and Rock on the mic. Where the hell was Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns felt like an afterthought. He really, really felt like he took the back seat of this whole feud. So him going into WrestleMania 40 kind of felt like it was like yeah, maybe he might actually just drop it to him. Not that a lot of people actually thought he would do it, but when it happened, it was like, yes, now it begins to make sense. But what they did after Cody had won it, it was just like, ah, shit. He didn't do anything. Now he's got the title. The chase was better than him actually having that first title ring.
I mean, and we'll get to our thoughts with the Elimination Chamber because I think they might be going the safe route. But go ahead, Daniel, before we move on.
To build on what Paul said, we've still not gotten any resolution on Rock versus Cody. Like,
he pinned him, and then that was it.
Like, and it's all Dwayne. Like, he's involved. Oh, he's gonna be around. Oh, fuck you.
Yep.
And you know what? Honestly, I blame the goddamn fans because anytime he shows up, oh, hey! It's like that parent that is absent and then just shows up randomly. He's like, oh, hey, I'm here.
It's like Talladega Nights. Dad, how long? Hey there,
Reid Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby. How long's it been? 10 years. Whoa, I got to lay off the peyote.
That's peyote. Which, by the way, that guy was also Bill Lumberg in Office Space, the greatest movie of all time.
Exactly. I love Office Space. I love Office Space.
The whole thing, like, it just... They're taking the safe... Mike, you alluded to it. It's the safe bet. They're taking the safe path. You know, it's... And sometimes there's nothing wrong with going the safe route, but sometimes you got to be like, fuck it, see what happens.
I mean, Office Space is a perfect remedy for taking the safe route. Michael Bolton, why should I be the one to change my name? He's the one who sucks. So, I mean, it's...
Is that your real name?
Is that your real name? Wow, Michael Bolton? Really? Like the singer?
Yeah, I'm going to need you to go ahead and build a better WrestleMania. So if you could go ahead and do that,
that'd be great.
That would be great.
But you know, it might. Paul, tell me if you guys agree with this. Even the COVID Mania, WrestleMania 36, which Mike and I discussed in its entirety, link down below. Cheap Pop number 8,000,001.
It's got to be like 4, but yeah, 8,000,001.
No, so Denise gets 8 million just because Denise is fucking.
It's
awesome,
Denise,
by the way. It's Denise. Yes.
So she gets 8 million.
Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise. WrestleMania 36, the COVID Mania, had more storylines. Like, we got a good storyline out of Dolph and Otis.
Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn.
Boneyard storyline.
Yep. Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn. Bray Wyatt and John Cena. Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre.
And then I don't understand. It seems like ever since they came back from COVID, it's just been shit.
The drizzling
because of bullshit like this, that we got people asking for Vince to come back. Like, no. Do you stupid shitheads not remember 2019 WWE? The dog food?
Yep.
Do we not remember suffering succotash?
Shane McMahon being the best in the world?
Do we not remember this? Do we not remember Snooki competing in the WWE ring? Which, shout out to Snooki, get well soon.
Yes, that absolutely.
Yes.
Cancer sucks.
But do we not remember this? Like how bad some of his shit was? Like, honestly, I feel like it's at that point where Triple H just doesn't care. Triple
H is just like, I got the money. We got the money.
Like, we had those 1 or 2 really good years where he, I remember when Vince got voted out and had to resign, people were so excited. They thought, yeah, we're going to get all this and all that. We got Karrion Kross back. They did fuck all with him.
I mean, 2023 and 2024, I will always say this about Triple H's run. Once we got to 2025, it went to the shitter.
Once we got past WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
The whole thing, and Mike, you and I, we talked privately about the whole Cena heel turn, what could have been done.
Oh, yeah.
They could have salvaged that. I know Travis Scott fucked them over.
Yep.
But they still could have salvaged that heel turn. It could have worked. But they pulled the safe route and put the title back on Cody. Personally, what they should have done with that, the whole Last Time Is Now tournament, should have been whoever won that should have faced Cena for the title. Gunther should have won the WWE title off of Cena in Cena's last match.
That would have been cool. But yeah, then we had to get John Cena winning the Intercontinental title, which again, cool, but still. Yeah.
And he held it for what, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, a couple weeks until he lost it back to Dom, yeah. But I will say this. The other thing from Raw, some things that we are losing, and then we'll get to AJ, and then we'll get to the pay-per-view. We lost Bronson Reed, poor Bronson Reed, breaking up a pin, tears his bicep. Look, Bronson Reed's out, Seth Rollins is out, Braun Breaker's out. The only two members of the Vision now are Logan Paul and Austin Theory. And my guess is
hold the fucking stable at this point.
At this point, yes, and I also think that's going to probably be a WrestleMania match. It's going to be the Usos against the two of them for the tag team titles is where I'm guessing it's going to go.
The story I had heard
Hit me.
Was that they were planning on doing the Lucha Bros versus the Usos, which you can tell if you watch back Raw, if you watch that triple threat match, I don't care what anybody says, Jay was not supposed to win that match.
Shout out to Papa Lark. We were watching that. He was like, yeah, I think Bronson Reed was supposed to win. And then he got hurt. So they said, all right.
And, we want to talk about WWE logic.
Yep.
Bronson Reed beat fucking Roman Reigns.
Yes, he did.
Where the fuck was his title run? Where was his? Why didn't you book him for an IC title match?
Nope.
You have him beat one of the greatest of all time clean.
And then he did nothing.
And now was it tricep or bicep?
I think it was his bicep.
His bicep.
Yeah.
Ooh, so he's probably going to be out 6-7 months.
Probably 6 months, yeah.
So
I don't know. John Cena came back a little bit faster. But of course, he's not John Cena.
He's not John Cena.
It depends on how bad that tear is.
True.
But the whole now this whole mystery man gimmick is essentially fucked.
Yep. Now we don't know who the mystery man is. True, that's right.
I mean, the only thing, the rumor I heard was obviously it was going to be Rollins, but there was a theory that it was going to be Rollins and Grayson Waller. I mean, I guess if you really want to just say, we don't care, we're going to fucking finish the storyline, you could do Seth and Grayson versus those two. And honestly, I think what you do, if you want to salvage this, you have Rollins come back and go to Paul and just say, look what happened when you turned on me. It all fell apart. Because don't get me wrong, I love Rollins as a face. Seth Rollins is 10 times better as a heel than he is a face.
I agree.
And we don't know how bad Braun's injury really is. I mean, Mania's a little less than 2 months away at this point. I think it's like 18th and 19th.
Yeah, 18th and 19th.
So, depending on how bad it is, I know. Did he have surgery on the hernia?
Yes, I think he's going to. I don't know if he did already.
They said he's trying to come back in time, but I don't know. So I think what you do is you have Seth come back because he's been out for 4 months now?
4 months, yeah. Be right back.
I think if you want to salvage the stable, because at this point Bronson's going to be out 6-7 months, probably maybe longer. Again, they won't know probably until they get him. They get him into surgery, which I feel so fucking bad for him.
Me too.
So what you do, I think, if you really want to keep the Vision as a stable, which I think is a good idea, you have Seth come to Paul and just say, hey, look, I told you, this is what happens when you turn your back on me. And, Paul Heyman's character is kind of always hey, go with the stronger option.
Mm-hmm.
You have Rollins be the leader. Then you have when Braun Breaker comes back, have him as the face, which kind of sucks just because his shit was working. Like, fucking, he was 10 times the talent that his uncle was, and Scott was good.
Very much so.
You know, I can still see the image of him spearing iShow Speed at the Rumble in 2025. Like,
it's still
ow.
I mean, to go into your nope. I think that's my favorite thing. When you think of Braun Breaker, the heel thing was getting over, like you mentioned. I think it was going to lead to him and Seth or whatever at WrestleMania.
That was the plan.
Yeah, but the thing too, that the problem is, at the end of the day, I think they should just cut this whole thing with the Vision. For me, before we get to AJ Styles, which I'm going to say right now, I did pop. I was great to see the Good Brothers and Tama and Tonga Loa. But
no Talatonga.
No Talatonga. I did pop. Frankie Kazarian is walking, opens the boiler room, and we get Abyss. Yep. We get Abyss for the first time on WWE television. We get Abyss. Doomsday. I popped. I was really happy. You could tell he was so happy. Petey Williams,
Jeremy Borash.
Doesn't Petey Williams work for WWE as a producer?
Yes.
I know you had asked me that in the chat, and I said,
I couldn't remember. Like,
I couldn't remember either, and I was like, does he work for them? But yes, he does. He does work for them backstage, and I think he also works at NXT too. So
I think so.
Don't quote me on that, but yes, I also think he works in NXT.
Mike, you and I have talked, and because we actually even talked about about Abyss in his career.
Yep.
You know, it was cool to see, which I still say I kind of wish we had gotten Abyss in WWE at least one time.
Yeah, I mean, we got Joseph Park once, but now
we got him in the video games.
We got him in the video game, yeah.
Games. He's in the new one, too.
Nice.
Can you imagine him and Mick Foley as a tag team?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mankind.
Oh,
wait. Dude Love.
Wait. Cactus Jack.
That wasn't really
wait. Cactus Jack. Yes. Cactus.
That wasn't a love thing.
No, it's not a love thing, baby. I also did like the fact that we got CM Punk's old school theme from Ring of Honor in the video game. That popped me. Yeah,
but the other thing is that I go back to Monday Night Raw, and oh my God, the things that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Finn Balor and CM Punk in the ring together. And I get it, he's over here still jabberjawing about being the main event of WrestleMania and blah blah blah, but he has a match that's coming up.
Yep.
Why can't that be the focus? If you have a match, if he has a match this weekend,
yep,
against Finn Balor, why is that not the focus? So again, we come back to the frustration of us as fans. It's like, why is he in the ring still continuing to talk about Roman Reigns as if Roman Reigns is important in this whole thing?
I think
what happens? Let's just play devil's advocate for a second. Yeah. What happens if CM Punk doesn't win on Saturday? What happens if he ends up dropping the title to Finn Balor? What does Roman Reigns do? Does he look at Finn Balor and go, you know what? This will be easy. This will be a cakewalk. Or do we end up with trying to make some sort of little salvage out of this thing and say, make it a triple threat match? But is anybody really, really definitively entertained at the fact of having Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship?
No, I think because they rather just have the one-on-one.
I would much rather like the Demon Finn Balor.
Get the revenge on Roman after all these years.
I would love for him to be Demon Finn Balor and Demon Finn Balor go over at WrestleMania. If they are going to do it to where they end up with a triple threat match, I would like to see Finn Balor, the Demon Finn Balor, go over with no help from the Judgment Day, doing it on his own, and then him putting to rest everything that a lot of people said that wouldn't happen. That's my view. Not to say that it was going to happen or it is going to happen. I just don't think it will.
No.
I mean, the only other thing with Raw I will mention is because we talked about the bullshit with Natty and Maxine, which hopefully they do something to pick that up. But the other thing I have to mention, we had Offset with Javon Evans against Kofi Kingston. And Javon won, but Offset throwing Grayson Waller over the announce table. Yeah, that was
And
just
Grayson Waller landing on his feet.
And
Didn't even like sell it or anything.
He just
Not land on my feet.
He just like, yeah, land on my feet. It was
you're talking about the former Mr. Cardi B.
Yes, Offset. This Raw was just shit. I'm sorry, it was so bad.
We got more bullshit from the Judgment Day than Finn Balor and Punk. I mean, at this point, we all know what's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah,
Guarantee. Dominic is gonna cost Finn the title,
and we get the Intercontinental title.
It's gonna happen. We saw the backstage segment where Dominic says to Finn, "I know you said you want to do it on your own, but I don't." And Finn basically said, "Hey, maybe it's time you grow up and do it on your own."
Yeah.
And we saw Finn, you saw the look Dominic gave him. So here, I guarantee you is what's going to happen. I can see it now. Finn is going to hit the coup de grace. And 1, 2, the count's going to stop. Dominic is going to take out Finn and the ref. Punk's going to win.
Yeah.
And then WrestleMania, we're going to get the Demon versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. And Finn is going to win.
Yep.
And the sad part is, I remember under Vince when everything was just so goddamn predictable. And I knew at some point it would get that way with Triple H. I didn't think it'd be this quickly.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if he cares. I've talked to a couple friends of mine. And I said, last night's Raw, by the time this airs, we'll say it was Monday night's episode.
Yeah.
Was the first time I had watched a full episode of Raw in almost a year.
Wow. Okay.
And I was not sports entertained. I wasn't.
It
was absolute dog shit.
The only thing I really enjoyed was the AJ Styles thing. It was very good.
Could have been a lot better because they made it seem like it was going to be like the Ric Flair thing. I kind of thought he'd come out to the ring. Maybe we'd get some Bullet Club. Maybe we'd get maybe we'd get the Tongans. Maybe we'd get Abyss. Maybe, something like that. I thought maybe we would get that. Maybe it's not what AJ wanted, but instead we get The Undertaker coming out and saying, maybe you didn't hear me. Maybe you're going into the Hall of Fame. I used to say, by the time you see me, you're already gone. I'll change it. Now it's when you see me, you're going to the Hall of Fame. You couldn't come up with a
great impersonation. That was great. That was good. I couldn't tell that you were Dan. I swear, I didn't even know you were Dan Crimmins. I swear.
I'm on a rant here.
Go for it. Continue on.
Every time they induct somebody, we get a fucking video package. You couldn't just say, hey, you're going in. You point to the Titantron, and you get us a video package. You got that partnership with with TNA. You can't say, hey, we need X, Y, and Z of AJ Styles. What do you have? You can't give us the Ultimate X match?
Now, here's my thing to add on to your point.
Hey, I'm not done.
All right, hold on.
Done.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't give us that. Instead, you just get a random fucking graphic?
Okay.
Like something that somebody probably made in Photoshop in fucking 5 seconds?
So...
Fuck off, Mark Calloway.
That's going to be the new thing now. Is the Undertaker is going to probably be inducting people in the Hall of Fame. So now we have Stephanie McMahon and AJ Styles in this year's Hall of Fame. AJ gave a great speech thanking his wife and kids, and I thought that was very nice.
Wendy.
We also did get the video package. That was a very nice tribute featuring the TNA footage.
Creed.
Creed Higher. We got Higher by Creed. Oh, yeah. Can
you take me higher?
With that to a place where
yeah. Okay. So if we're gonna go there, okay, let's go there. Let's go there.
Go there.
I mean, I don't mind the song. Okay,
We'll go there.
I don't care. You know, I'm happy. Hey, cool, fine, dandy. You put the song on there. Hey, you know, you had this whole video package, but could you not have had this video package after you inducted him?
This is very true.
Could you have not had him go out there, have a nice, sincere speech? You know, do exactly what he said, you know, compliment his wife, tell him how beautiful she is, how much she's held down the house while he was away doing his work, being so supportive as she was, you know, his family coming into the ring, giving him a hug, you know, and them embracing. I wish Mark didn't come out to that damn song. I wish he didn't come out to that damn artist, but hey, you know what?
No,
whatever. Whatever it was is whatever it was. Paint yourself whatever the hell you want to paint. I don't know. That's Mark Calloway. At this point in time, it's Mark Calloway now. It's not even the Undertaker. You can call him whatever you want, but you know, at this point in time, he's just Mark Calloway to me. The guy who I thought is my namesake. I idolized as one of my favorite wrestlers. He is still up on my Mount Rushmore, but Mark Calloway is just a complete douche, and I don't care. However, you all can come after me for all I give a shit, because I'll come right back at you. I really wish he would have came out to a different song, but hey, you know, can't go back and change it. And I know I'm pretty sure he did it. I'm pretty sure he did it to spite people.
No, he's had that. Come back with
I know he's had that song, but I mean, again,
I hate it. I know.
I hate the fucking song now. I hate the fucking artist now. And you know,
we get him coming out to a song by a dude that looks like Dr. Phil in a fucking wig.
Yeah. There you go.
Right now.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
R.F. Kennedy Jr. Who drinks whole milk in a hot tub?
Oh no, apparently them.
Who
jumps in a fucking hot tub with fucking jeans on?
That too.
Who admits to snorting illicit substances off of the rims of toilet seats?
How much cocaine did they snort?
Oh boy.
Who was told by his family to not show up to his cousin's funeral?
That guy. Whew. But yeah, no, look, I'm very happy for AJ Styles and I'm happy for Stephanie McMahon. I'm curious to see who else is going to be inducted, but bottom line, it was great to see the surprises. But this Raw, to the go home of what we're about to talk about now, was absolutely the drizzling shits. And before we get to Elimination Chamber, let's play this awesome clip from Paul Heyman talking with Bully Ray.
You're talking about next year and the year after. How many people in WWE think the same way that you do so long term? I don't really have an answer for that, because I'm always the one, and I'll say this publicly, and I'm surprised that it hasn't been revealed on Unreal, and it maybe will be in the next season. I have been, for the past 8 months, jumping up and down with my hands flailing in the ears, saying, what are we going to do with Saudi Mania? And everybody's very concerned. Well, we're going to do it Vegas Mania. I tell you what, let's book Saudi Mania. It's going to make booking Vegas Mania much easier. Not that Vegas Mania is the launching pad to Saudi Mania, but Vegas Mania is the launching pad to Saudi Mania, which is the launching pad to Mania 2028, which is the launching pad to Mania 2029. It progresses. It's bigger tomorrow than is today, bigger 2 days from now than it is tomorrow. Next year's WrestleMania, by definition, has to be bigger than this year's WrestleMania, and WrestleMania 2 years from now has to top whatever we do next year. So if we just have a concept of what we're doing next year, oh my God, I can tell you what to do this year because it leads to next year. You're talking about next year and the year after.
Yeah. Paul
You
Heyman.
book in advance. You book shows in advance. It's like and to elaborate on something that he actually said after this is that he said that you have to understand is that if you're just thinking about this one particular pay-per-view, if you're thinking about this one particular show, then what's going to happen at the next show? In other words, you're not looking past this one show. You're not even looking to the next PLE or the PLE after that or the next PLE after that. You're basically thinking about, well, what's going to happen at this WrestleMania or what, and then why are you not thinking that far forward? Because you have to have an idea of what you want. The stories have to be prolonged, but they also have to mesh together. They have to be able to, and believe me, injuries happen. Rollins, Breaker, Bronson. We see that they happen, but you can also alter it. If you look that far ahead and you say, I'll give you a for instance. Say you want Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight Championship in Saudi Arabia. I'm just using it as an example. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Say you want that. Say you need a direction to go into in order to make that happen. Make it a reality. So you need to have an idea as to you want this. Will it happen? Will it happen? And can it happen? But you need your guys healthy. Say you want for the WWE Championship. Say you want Bronson Reed versus Cody Rhodes, and you want Bronson Reed to go over. Again, you need to think that far ahead if that's your idea of what you believe is going to be your championship matches. Again, Rhea versus whoever, or you want Jade versus whoever, or you want to create a new star for that point in time.
I mean,
I get it. You want to think that far ahead.
If you look at WrestleMania 21, like they knew months in advance that they originally wanted to do Triple H and Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title, but they did it at Unforgiven 04, and then Randy lost it a month later because of his immaturity and whatnot. So they wound up doing that match at the Royal Rumble with Randy Orton as a babyface, and then it led to Batista taking what would have been Orton's slot, and then Randy Orton going against The Undertaker, which in a way was a well needed, but also a better path to go because it really solidified Randy there with the Legend Killer gimmick. So I think it really all depends on, the twists and turns, but also at the same time too, you have an inkling of what you're doing. You need to have that inkling of what you're actually doing and where you're going to go and what direction is going to go for the course.
And it's good that you take the baby steps to go from, say if you want to have the idea of how to get to the Saudi Mania.
Yeah.
Say you have an idea of what your main event what your main event is going to be for that event. Say you have an idea. Well, you also need plan B, plan C, plan D in case plan A doesn't go exactly how you want it. Again, back to injuries happen. You never know what's going to happen at that point in time. So in the lead up to it, you have to be able to fill in the stories with every other PLE along the way, including a Royal Rumble winner for next year, including a Money in the Bank winner for this year to get to next year.
I mean, AJ Styles here perfectly. I mean, he even said on the Raw recap, we talked about this, Paul, before the show, same with you, Dan. He said that WrestleMania has kind of lost its luster. I'm sorry to say, it used to be the most prestigious PLE or pay-per-view, but to me, it's kind of lost its luster a little bit. And he's right. Truer words have never been more spoken.
And that's why he wanted to retire at the Royal Rumble instead of WrestleMania.
And also 10 years, like he said in the speech, very poetic. So, I mean, you made it perfect. Then he held off to Atlanta, so I thought that was well-deserved. Dan, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The sad thing is, we can blame Triple H, TKO for all of this. Till we're blue in the face.
And we will.
Yes, we will.
We will. We would not be wrong. However, there's also some people that need to get blamed as well. And you know who you are.
Yep.
But some of you, here's what I need you to do. I need you to grab your cell phones and I need you to open your camera app on your phone and I need you to switch it to the front-facing camera. And see that person that's looking back at you? That's who you need to fucking blame.
There you go.
Because as long as you watch this bullshit, and as long as this bullshit is okay, this is going to keep happening. You know, I will never fucking understand it. You know, is Tony Khan perfect? No. We never said he was.
We tease him, but
however, we have teased the fuck out of him on this show.
Very much.
Come here, company, I'll pay you.
I'll pay you. I love you so much.
They've done it. Tony, I think you are awesome. Don't worry. I'm cool. We cool. We cool.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up, Paul.
Look, man, I'm trying to get on the good side of the man. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but I just mean we could have another conversation about this another day. But hey, you know what?
So
don't forget WrestleMania next year. Believe me, April next year, about this time, about April 17th, 18th.
Do something.
All in.
We'll have a conversation another day. Look, I'll do this for another show.
Go ahead, Daniel. Tony's not perfect, but yeah.
Exactly. Tony Khan is not perfect. However, what Tony Khan has gotten so much better at doing is reading the room and pivoting where he fucking needs to. Triple H, he's not stupid. He sees what the fans are saying. He hears the crowds, but he's made it clear he doesn't care. Michael, what has he said about fans? Basically saying that we need to just shut up and accept it?
Shut up and accept it. Pretty much, you know, I wish fans would just be fans.
Well, I'm sorry, Paul. Not you, Paul. Evil Paul.
The other Paul, yes.
In a capitalistic society, and we control the money, we decide where we spend it. And if we don't like your product,
we're not going to spend money
out on it.
Yep.
You know, it's like if you go to McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, wherever, you're going to go on. If you have a bad experience, you're going to go online and you're going to write reviews. If you watch a movie, let's say you go out to the movies and you hate the movie you saw, you're going to post about it online, aren't you?
Yes. There's a reason why Yelp and all this exists.
Exactly. Basically, what he's saying is shut up and give me your money. I don't care what you want.
Pretty much. That's the tactic. And speaking of what we want, we actually want to see a good show because this Saturday is the Elimination Chamber. So we will head right into our predictions. We have 4 matches to discuss, and I figured the first match that we discuss is what I believe will start the show, is the Women's Championship Elimination Chamber match. The winner gets a shot at Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 42. Your participants are Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. They did do the stare down on SmackDown. It makes no sense. If it's Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, that makes absolutely no sense. Kiana James, it's too soon, but she is.
Which is why they'll do it.
Yeah. Kiana James is absolutely amazing. She looks fantastic. Raquel, no. Alexa Bliss, no. Asuka, no. The only one who she really has a story with in this match was last time at Saturday Night's Main Event last year when she squashed Tiffany Stratton. And with that being said, they both have a win against each other, one at SummerSlam, one at Saturday Night's Main Event. I see Tiffany Stratton is going to win the chamber, and she's going to face Jade at WrestleMania for the title. I think Jade's title run thus far has sucked, as she's only had one title sucked against Jordan Grace. But other than that, man, yeah, if I had to pick a winner on this one, like we mentioned, the safe bet and the kind of predictable storytelling, I got to go Tiffany Stratton gets the win, and she gets her rematch with Jade, and probably will beat her at WrestleMania. So, Paul, I'll start with you. Who is your pick for the Women's Elimination Chamber to face Jade?
I don't want to see Tiffany.
I don't either.
Kiana James would be an interesting one,
And
if your plan is to create a new star,
yes,
if your plan is to elevate someone different, if that is the plan. Not saying it is. I'm just saying I'm trying to explore everybody that's in there. We already know Rhea's a champion, but Rhea doesn't make sense at this point in time, given that she is one half of the tag team champions.
and
So her having winning just kind of throws that out the door.
and I think
Unless you plan on doing something,
I think they're going to do her and Io against the Bella Twins, unfortunately.
Yeah.
God, that's not even what I want, but
I don't want it either. But they're setting up. They had the Bella Twins come out and talk about going for the women's tag titles. You know they're going that way.
you don't need it yet. I would like to see the Bella Twins get a little bit more time on TV, but we haven't really seen them much. So again, back to nobody wants to show up to fucking work, but hey, what the hell do I know?
No.
Alexa's a no. Charlotte's a no. I mean, Asuka's a no.
Raquel.
So really, the only two options that I think are only two options that I think are a little bit more of a reality are Tiffany and Raquel. I don't know what you're going to do with Tiffany if she doesn't win. So I hate it. Look, I'm going to take Raquel.
Okay.
I'm just going to go with Raquel. I really, really would love to see her be a champion, especially after everything that she had gone through over the past previous years. I mean, she deserves it way more than Tiffany.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So Raquel.
I too love me some Raquel. So Tiffany for me, Raquel for Paul. Dan, what say you?
Likely.
Let's say it, Asuka.
Likely scenario.
Rhea.
No. Tiffany Stratton. I feel like that's what we're gonna get. I think this is gonna be one of those predictable goddamn manias of all fucking time.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ! I'm so sick of this bullshit.
So with that,
I wasn't done.
All right. Shut up.
Now, if you really want to, turn Mania over on its head,
yes,
I would say no to Kiana James as much as I like her. Run the names for me again, Mike.
Sure. And the fact I will say this, the fact that Charlotte's not in this after that stare down on SmackDown, unless they do a thing where Alexa Bliss gets taken out and Charlotte goes in and then Charlotte wins. But I don't know. No.
Alexa, Charlotte, Alexa, Rhea, Asuka,
Raquel,
Kiana, Raquel,
Tiffany,
and Tiffany.
I think Tiffany is the likeliest of scenarios, just because it's.
If she just came back.
If for a change, I would love to see Raquel get it. I think Raquel has a very compelling story. Like if you don't know what this girl has gone through, fucking look her up. Like she has been through hell to get to where she is.
Oh yeah.
And I think realistically, we're probably going to get Tiffany Stratton versus Jade. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter as long as they get the title off of her, because her title run has been straight ass.
One title defense. And it looks like they're going back to Mia.
But she had 2 matches, but just 1 title defense.
Well, she's also, it looks like if you saw SmackDown, they're going back to Michin or BFAT.
No, because remember she had the match with her and I think it was Chelsea Green that she had a match with.
Oh yeah, that's right. Whatever. Either way, I don't care. I hate to say that, but I don't care. That women's division right now is just
and like you had mentioned, like we're.
But it isn't the women's division. It's just the booking and the storyline. And the fact is that, and I really, 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 and I know this is probably the worst way to say it. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah.
But I know it's just to spite Tony because he never fucking put Jade inside that title picture.
Yeah.
I know it is. You can't tell me otherwise because of everything that she's gone through, and as as beautiful as she is, as not as talented as she is, I understand she's put in the work. I really, and I praise her for putting in as much work as she has. And I know I'm a nobody to actually say all this, but I just feel like storyline based and character based, they aren't doing enough for her to be in that upper echelon, in that main title picture, and even be the champion.
I think when
let alone be the champion.
Well, when they turned her heel on Tiffany and everything, they wanted her to go back to being what she is in AEW. I'm that bitch. But it has just floundered ever since the heel turn and when she won the title. And I'm sorry, but
because they weren't doing anything with her.
Agreed.
And there's no story for her
until Bianca comes back.
And that's really the only story, because in all honesty, you know it, we know it as well as pretty much everybody out there. Had Naomi not gotten pregnant,
yep,
that would be the story. Had Bianca not gotten injured, that would be the story.
Well, the story of this next matchup, a lot of people have not been feeling it from the promos, from the interaction. I think there was only one promo that really had some oomph to it. For the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, the hometown girl in this scenario, because it is Chi-Town, AJ Lee challenges Becky Lynch. Yeah. We've seen it many a times where AJ's beaten Becky, WrestlePalooza, War Games. If this is to continue just the overall itch of Becky's never beaten AJ, and since it's Chicago, I think AJ's going to get the win, put her in the Black Widow again, and she taps. Becky's going to make a stink, and then we get the rematch at WrestleMania, and Becky wins it back. So with that being said, for the hometown pop, I got to go AJ Lee, and this is her first singles match on a pay-per-view in over 12 years. So, yeah I got to go AJ Lee. Go ahead, Dan. You first.
I couldn't give two shits about this goddamn match. Give it to fucking AJ. Who cares?
Fair enough. Paul?
You know, it's... I feel like it's... The problem is they have Becky under contract and fucking nothing for her to do.
Yeah, the Women's Intercontinental title, the way it's been booked, yeah. Ever since they took it off Maxine so quickly and they put it back on Becky.
And the worst part is that you could have had Bayley out there.
Yeah, no Bayley. Nothing.
Or
Lyra Valkyria.
Or
anybody
else.
What's her name?
Look, I'm gonna say. Look, I'll say Becky.
American Alpha. What is her name?
Oh, Ivy Nile.
Ivy Nile.
Or here's
another group that they're not doing anything with.
Yep.
Why not call up JC Jane?
Yeah, her and Becky Lynch. That'd be fun.
You really want to push JC Jane on the main roster? Here's what you do. You have AJ win the title. You have her retain it at WrestleMania. Next night on Raw, she hosts an open challenge.
Like the Paige situation, yep.
JC Jane comes in, just destroys her.
Okay. I like that. That sounds fun.
I like it.
I like it.
But I think is,
okay, so
which is why they're not going to do it, because it would actually work for the fans.
Yeah. So, Paul, your thoughts? He's going AJ and he doesn't give two shit.
I think Becky wins by disqualification.
Okay, so you're going to go non-finish, but Becky's still.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a non-finish with fucking Becky, and I just think that it's going to set up them in WrestleMania, and of course, that's where she's going to win it. And even if it's for one night and you get a 24-hour or 48-hour split from whenever she wins it, if it's on night one and she wins it, then I say that, which I think that'll probably be it, since the main event of night 2 is Roman versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
So you have, I just say Becky wins by disqualification, setting up, and you have 6 weeks to set up Becky versus AJ. If not, then you're going to have Becky versus somebody, or she drops it before then. I don't know.
Well, we'll go to that match next, since you mentioned Roman and Punk is night 2. We'll go to the match for the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I love the match in Belfast. I like that Finn Balor's back to his old theme. The babyface turn is incoming. We said it throughout the show. I think we're going to get Finn and Dom at Mania for the Intercontinental title, and Finn is going to win. Something's going to happen, much like Daniel said, to reiterate his words. There's going to be something where Dom costs Finn the match, and CM Punk's going to retain. So, if I'm honest, CM Punk. Daniel, go ahead. Punk or Balor?
I want Balor to win it, but there's no fucking way.
No.
Dan said the exact same thing I was gonna say. I was gonna say I want Balor. Unfortunately, CM Punk is gonna be the one to win,
I think
think Dom's gonna be the one to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To mess it up.
You know what? Just to build on this, people, and I say this every fucking year. People, use your goddamn brains. You got one. At least I think some of you do. I know Chucklefuck doesn't.
You're never going to let this go. He's never going to let This makes me laugh every time.
But think about it. WrestleMania, just under 2 months away.
Yes.
By the time we get to Elimination Chamber, it's going to be about 6 weeks, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
6 weeks after Saturday.
Here's what I want you to think about, people. When have they ever really booked a title change this close to Mania unless it was absolutely necessary? Case in point, let's say somebody gets injured. So say, for example, let's say last night, just using it as an example, let's say Bronson Reed had been the Intercontinental Champion, just using that as an example.
Yes.
And he had that tear. Well, last night would not have been a title match.
Very much so.
Something like that. They are not going to do any title changes between now and WrestleMania. Why would they do that?
Right.
They're going to want those moments for WrestleMania. Punk probably not dropping the title at Elimination Chamber. And realistically, he's probably not dropping it at WrestleMania either.
No. I think if you want to talk about dropping the title before WrestleMania, one of my even earliest ones I remember, WrestleMania 17, they gave us Austin The Rock. The Rock was the one who beat Kurt Angle at No Way Out before WrestleMania 17 happened. So we talked about how predictable this WrestleMania has gotten. Yeah.
And we talked about the vision and what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to propose an idea. I don't want you both to think about it before you give me a response.
Okay.
I mentioned maybe putting Rollins back in the vision. What if you turn CM Punk heel and you put him in the vision? You put him back with Paul Heyman. And you have a vision created by CM Punk's guys.
That's a nice little idea. Put him back with Paul.
And because Punk has even said he's got maybe 3 years left.
Whew.
So what if you have CM Punk lead the vision? Maybe you have him, because we know how close he's been to NXT, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if the next round of call-ups go to Raw? We saw tonight that Ethan Page dropped the NXT North American title. He's probably going to SmackDown, but just the same. What if? What if we have CM Punk lead the vision? What if we have Punk and Paul Heyman? Because we haven't gotten a heel CM Punk in quite a while. So I think if you really want to make it work, we all know the classic movie, The Usual Suspects, right?
Yes, we do.
What if we have CM Punk as the Kaiser Soze? What if we have him as a guy who, is now taking over? Maybe, because he was always the kind of like the slime ball heel. Maybe he goes to Paul Heyman. You have him go to Paul Heyman and just say, hey, Brock Lesnar hardly ever here. Seth, gone. Braun, gone. But me,
I'm here.
I'm here, Paul. You and I go way back. Honestly, I think it could work. If they do it right, it'd be compelling.
It's
And plus,
kind of-
how
yeah.
many times have we gotten Seth Rollins versus CM Punk?
A lot.
But when was the last time we got Seth Rollins as the face and CM Punk as the heel?
Long time.
We haven't gotten that yet.
No, we haven't. I mean, to add to your point, it is kind of like the way that you described the group is like that My Rise in the last video game when CM Punk was at the NXT Kids and all that.
Yes.
So it's kind of like that. I like your style. Whew. But speaking of style and profiling, woo! That leads us to our main event. It is the Elimination Chamber
Rick,
match.
stay away. Don't. No.
Don't do it. You too, Mark Calloway.
You're
No.
thinking about it, Rick.
Don't do it. No. So, an Elimination Chamber match, to winner gets a shot at Drew McIntyre. Here are our participants: Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Jey Uso, L.A. Knight. Yeah. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Randy Orton, no, because I think we're going to get him and Aleister Black at WrestleMania after what we saw on SmackDown. Trick Williams is too soon, and I like Trick Williams. Javon Evans is too soon, and I like Javon Evans. Jey Uso, for the love of God, no. I know he has history with Drew, but no, please, don't do that again. LA Knight and Drew McIntyre, no. Cody, no. Cody, and it's going to be Cody and Drew, and then Cody wins it back from Drew, unless they have Sami Zayn cost Cody the match at WrestleMania and Drew retains. But I'm going to go with Cody. Paul, I'll let you go on this one first. Who is winning the men's Elimination Chamber?
Yeet.
You're going.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. I don't think it's going to be him. Unfortunately, we're going to get Cody Rhodes to win it, and we're going to end up with Cody and Drew at WrestleMania. Yeah. Do I sound really enthused?
I know we have not, and folks, I'm sorry, but we have been really unenthused talking about this PLE the whole entire time.
It would be different if you had some sort of other idea, like as if it would be different if it was Jacob Fatu in there, and you had guys that had feuded with him. I mean, if you had 6 guys in there who have feuded with Drew McIntyre in the last couple of years, we'll just say the last 4 years. Even if you had Damian Priest in there, that would have made a little bit more sense. But you don't even have him in there. No. You don't even have somebody who has feuded with Drew McIntyre, who has beat Drew McIntyre, and who has lost to Drew McIntyre. But you have a bunch of other guys who are just kind of
there
thrown in there. Javon Evans, I think you could probably push that guy to the moon. I believe you can, if you give that young man, the young OG, the opportunity to, and you could push him to the moon.
Yeah.
I don't see it, but I don't see it happening. But I mean, I'm just saying that could be a possibility too.
Money in the Bank, yes.
And yeah, I could give him Money in the Bank too. And as much as I would love to see Javon Evans be pushed to the moon and him have a WrestleMania main event have one at the age of 21.
Yep.
That would be outstanding, amazing, and could do so much for that kid's. I mean, God, you what could it do for him? I mean, it would amaze a lot of us. You thought Kofi Mania was something? Shit. Imagine Javon Mania. Unfortunately, it's gonna be Cody.
Dan.
He's not too young, because I mean, you gotta remember, we have had a tag team champion that's been 10 years old.
Oh God, stop it.
Oh yeah.
Give it up for Nicholas.
Obviously it's going to be Cody, but hear me out on this.
Okay.
What if
Cody
wins it? Then next week on SmackDown, we see some security footage and we find out that it was actually not Drew, but it was actually Cody that attacked Jacob Fatu.
Hey.
If I recall, wasn't Jacob supposed to face Cody for the title?
Yes.
I mean, everybody thinks it's Drew, but what if you see the footage and it's Cody?
He needs a heel turn very badly. I think the finish.
And then you have Cody say, well, it had to be me. Like, I had to beat Roman. I had to do this, that, and the other. And you have Drew saying, I told you it wasn't me.
And then his wife, and then Brandy comes out and said, "Who said it was open mic night, bitch?"
bitch.
So, I mean, we've also seen reports that they want a multi-man match.
Yes.
You know, with that, I think there's a couple. If you're going to go that route, if you're going to commit to that, we've always gotten definitive finishes for Elimination Chamber. What if this is the one time we don't? So if we're going to go the multi-man route, I would like to see, I mean, obviously Drew, do like a fatal four-way. So Drew, Cody, Sammy, and Jacob.
I like that.
I like it. That would be more entertaining.
You could do a simple match, pinfall finish. You know what you've never done for the WWE title at WrestleMania? Ladder match.
Yeah, that would be something different.
With 4 guys?
4 guys? Yeah.
And hey, add in one more.
Well, you had 8 teams last year for the fucking tag team title match, so.
Very much so, yes.
Hear me out, gentlemen.
Okay.
Add one more, and then would have 5, and then you know who you have sponsor? 5 Guys Burgers and Fries.
Oh God. Okay. Cheap plug. I like that idea a lot better.
Hey, 5 Guys, sponsor us.
I like that idea a lot, but yeah, this whole.
It's okay because I'm still waiting for my compensation, from that guy over there, because apparently he's rolling in the dough right now, but he ain't trying to spread no love up to anybody else but himself.
Yes, I'm like Faith Evans. You get no love from me. There you go. Play with my emotions, Paul Morales. Play with
all right. Well, it was nice having this conversation with y'all. We gotta go.
Well, this Elimination Chamber show is just bleh. You get no love from us for the Elimination Chamber, but the only other thing left to mention: who's in the crate? Aldis and Adam Pearce are gonna open it. All right, you're going Danhausen. And obviously it's not Chris Jericho. Now we know about the contract being frozen.
I don't even know what the hell it is anymore. I mean, it's like, what if it's Vince McMahon?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying, what if it's Vince McMahon? I mean, it would be kind of hilarious. But again, I go back to something I said last week. It has to make sense for the show. You can't just have somebody in there for the sake of having somebody in there and nobody know who he is. In other words, you can't open it up at Elimination Chamber and not know who the hell it is. If it's Danhausen, does everybody in Chicago really know who Danhausen is?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Will WWE fans know who Danhausen is?
They don't care.
They wouldn't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Exactly. And that's my point. It's like it has to be something that people are going to care about.
Right.
I will tell you what'll happen.
Maybe it'll be Ron Killings and it'll be him holding the 24/7 championship.
Here's what's going to happen.
What if it's John Cena's gear?
It's Danhausen.
What if it's Danhausen?
Here's what's going to happen. You'll get enough people in the Allstate Arena It is the Allstate, right?
Yeah, we're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also the site of WrestleMania 2.
Yes.
Enough people in that arena will cheer so that the whole arena will go crazy. Now, if it is Danhausen, which I think it's going to be, you have William Regal open the crate, and you have Danhausen ready to
Curse him.
and you just have William Regal say, "Bloody hell, not again."
That would make it all.
Wait. Which WrestleMania did you say that one was?
WrestleMania 2.
No, it wasn't. It was at the Rosemont Horizon.
That's the Rosemont Horizon. Yeah.
Shut up.
That
I'm
was
right.
in Chicago.
I'm right. You're wrong.
Whew. But whatever it is, I will say this. Hopefully,
I know it wasn't it the one with John Cena and CM Punk, right?
Oh, that was different. That was not the Rosemont Horizon. WrestleMania 22 was not the Rosemont Horizon. I'm gonna look that one up.
No, you said
Stadium.
2.
Oh, 2. WrestleMania 20.
2, WrestleMania 2 was at the Rosemont Horizon. I thought you said did you say 22?
No, I think he said 2. 22 was at the Allstate Arena.
Yeah. Isn't that what I just
I don't even know what the hell I'm saying right now. Yeah, WrestleMania 2 was at the Rosemont Horizon.
You know what?
22 was at the Allstate.
Yeah, no kidding. You know what?
Fuckers.
I'm about ready to fire both of you from this show.
Yeah. Which,
But
just as an aside, people, if you have not seen that body cam footage,
Oh, God.
oh god,
Fucking driving 115 miles an hour. You fucking crazy.
Well, I've never driven.
I'm going to my granddaughter's birthday party. And it's like, what?
He goes from saying, "I've never driven this car" to "I haven't driven this car in a long time."
I haven't driven this car ever. I haven't driven this car in a long time. Good
He
God.
has no idea what the hell he's done. He was a little.
Yep. Well, I will say this. We know what we've done. And what we've done is predicted
As the
something.
Dormalaga officers.
What we've done is predicted something and talked about something that we hope is
Hey,
good.
stop, yo!
And we get something. Please give us something to be invested and
They
interested.
won't.
Going
Here,
towards
look. At the end of the day, I want a little bit of shock and awe for the
Same here.
elimination chamber. If by chance Kiana James wins, if by chance Javon Evans wins, please do something good with them.
Yep.
Can you imagine Kiana and Julia being champions?
I would love that so much. I think Kiana, they see something a lot in Kiana, and rightfully so. She's been.
How do you push Stephanie Vaquera and you don't push Julia?
I don't get that either.
Here's a thought.
And they came in at the same time.
Yep.
If you really kind of want to go left field on this, let me propose an idea for you. What if whoever wins the men's chamber match, I mean, we think it's going to be versus Drew, right?
Yes.
But what if whoever wins that match says, you know what? I'm not facing Drew. That world title match is now a triple threat.
So if it's Cody, he may want to go after that.
Yes.
Because, everyone obviously thinks that's, it's going to be Drew. It's going to be for the WWE title. In the graphic, it doesn't mention that.
Right.
What if somebody wants?
Could be. But now there is precedent for this. If you remember Royal Rumble 2004, when that guy
Yes.
won the Royal Rumble,
Oh,
everyone thought, he's going to choose JBL. Or no, he was going to choose Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
But then the next night on Raw, he shows up at the beginning of the show and announces he's challenging Triple H.
Yep.
And everyone thought he can do that.
And he
Because
did.
the common sense was, hey, a SmackDown guy wins the Rumble, he faces the SmackDown champion. Raw guy wins, he faces the Raw champion. So there are ways that they could take this. I mean, because
Okay,
honestly,
I
I don't think Roman's winning the title because he does not fucking need to.
No, he does not.
So what if, hypothetically, let's say you have LA Knight,
Yeah.
win the match, but then he decides he wants the world heavyweight title, and then it's triple threat, and LA Knight pins CM Punk. That way, Roman can come back and just say, "Hey, you never pinned me."
And it goes back to the LA Knight Roman feud that they've had in the past. I mean, I like your tie-ins and everything that goes into that, but I think
we got to take a risk.
You have to take a risk.
You do need to take a risk because there's a lot of people who aren't gonna. Again, something we said at the beginning. CM Punk and Roman Reigns may be in their heads a marquee match, but in a lot of people's minds, that's not enough. And if you're going to go back to night one and you're going to look at, let's say Cody wins. Let's say Cody wins and you get him and Drew McIntyre. What is the interest? Cody winning another title again?
He lost it all. Now he's got to win it back. It's like, all right, we've done this before, though.
Now you're going to have him as a 3-time champion.
If you want to change, another way you could change it up, what if after the match, say you do have Cody win, which I think is probably going to happen because, well, it's WWE. Drew comes out, you have your stare down, but then if you smell what The Rock is cooking, Rock comes out, everyone's going to think, oh, he's going to go after Cody.
Goes after Drew.
What if he does the whole, Rock does the whole again, but instead of Drew attacking Cody, Cody attacks Drew. What if Cody becomes here's the storyline. You have Cody so determined to get the title back that he's willing to do whatever it takes. And that means selling out to corporate America. You have him give Rock whatever he wants. So then you have a heel Cody Rhodes, a corporate Cody Rhodes, and then you have Roman lose, but then at SummerSlam, the storyline you have is you have Roman coming down, looking at Rock and just saying, what are you doing here? He's not family. And then you have Cody turning on, or beating Roman. Leads to WrestleMania 43, where you have Rock versus Roman, the match that they have been trying to get to, but have not had a good enough storyline. This is your storyline right here.
Paul Heyman, you get that far ahead. If you are going to make Cody a certified heel and you want to make him a legit heel, this is your opportunity. But not only is it your opportunity, you have an opportunity to make that main event for Saudi Mania happen. By the way, I do think Vince is going into the Hall of Fame then.
At 43,
I believe Brock Lesnar is going to go into the Hall of Fame then too. And I believe that the people who, I guess, that are part of that blood money that aren't supposed to be in the company or shouldn't be advertised for the company are the ones that are going to go. And I believe it's probably going to be Vince and it's going to be Brock Lesnar.
And
That's just my
I'm going to do you one more. They're going to induct
John Laurinaitis?
No.
They'll induct Benoit.
Oh, stop. I hope not. No.
God, I hope not.
Well, what I do hope.
I'm telling you, that is your storyline. You cannot tell me that would not be a good storyline.
I think
I'm in agreement with you.
The whole year. Here's another thing that you do. Think of everybody that helped Cody in that whole storyline. We got heel Seth and, face Cody. What if you have it the other way around? What if you have Seth, feud with Cody and you say, hey, I helped you. You said you didn't want to be like that. You didn't want to be them.
And you could have Cody versus Seth at WrestleMania next year.
Hey, TKO, the three gentlemen that you see in front of you, give us a call.
That's how you book it.
Hey, you know what? I don't think that Paul is doing such a great job. Just telling you.
Whew. Now, if you smell what we're cooking, that is how you would book a great WrestleMania. And we hope that you're welcome. We hope that is what we get in a good WrestleMania.
It won't be.
It won't. What we're going right now, it's just dry and just ugh. I'll tell you what's not dry and is this.
It's drier than overcooked turkey on Thanksgiving.
Hell yes. Well, what's not dry and
Christmas vacation says what?
Jesus. What's not dry and is this fine RWT podcast. And we will see y'all for the aftermath of Elimination Chamber next week. Also, speaking of next week, this week we do have Dan and I's Uncaged episode is out where we talked about AJ Styles and his phenomenal career. And next week, which we recorded and it will be out next week, it will be Dan, Paul, and I, and we watched AWA Super Clash 3 and Hi Moses, and we touched upon that event, and my God, that was something. And you'll hear what our thoughts are on that next week on Uncaged.
Even that was better than the build-up to this goddamn Mania.
Okay, I think
wow. You know what? Hey,
goddamn.
Look, I do have another show I would love for us to go through on Uncaged, but you know what? We could talk about that off script.
All right.
We'll give you guys, you people, you fine people. We'll tell you probably tell you next week as to what we have.
All right. So, Paul, where can we follow you on the social media? The floor is yours, my good man.
My name is the Dead Man of RWT. Of course, my street will be down below. Not Papi Chulo. Although I am a Papi Chulo, but that's not my name. That's not, I am the Dead Man of RWT. You can find me on the RWT on this RWT podcast. And of course, you can find me on the RWT Facebook page, which the link will be down below, as well as all my socials will also be in my link tree, which will also be down below. But if you don't want to look there, you can go to my Twitter page and just find it there. Mr. Daniel Crimmins, my brother from another mother. Where can we find you?
Got some real exciting shit coming along. As Mike mentioned, actually, we recorded our episode with AJ Styles that is out now. Super Clash Trace. We recorded that as well. That is coming to you real soon. Mike and I, we have some really exciting episodes coming this season, which I'm really excited for. We have none other than Bash at the Beach 2000.
Yep.
The infamous Hulk Hogan incident.
That was
Hulk Hogan.
Never see that piece of shit again.
Was that a work? Was that a shoot?
Who knows?
Maybe. We will be joined by Mr. Moses Marquez. We will be discussing the career of
Bill
Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg with beer.
And Michael, who is joining us with that one?
Max Wrestling World Champion beer. I like how you said why for Moses Marquez. Why?
And Maggle.
Yes.
What do we got? What do you got going?
S&M Network Shows is the YouTube channel. Subscribe. We got the Stephen Mike Show. We got RWT Podcast. We got Uncaged. We got Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling with myself, Robert Davis, and Nicola. We got the Pop Culture History Podcast. We got On the Mic with Mike and so much more. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also follow me at SM Show 1 or MCL92 on the Twitter, MLarkinMB or Larkin_92 on Instagram, StephenMikeShow.com, and LFCfights.com for the LFC Podcast. So with that being said, folks, links will be in all the descriptions. For Paul Morales, for Daniel Crimmins, my name is Mike Larkin. Thank you for listening or tuning in, whatever you do, to the RWT Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. And for the love of God, wrestling, please improve. Please. Pretty please. With sugar on top. I'm begging you like this. I'm begging like James Brown. Please, please, please. Please. Do something.
Please, 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 please.
Please.